You pushed my head under the water. I lost my breath, but the skyline called my name. The walls, they pull you. These walls we've walked in miles, we talked. The first time I I will tell you one last thing. Intertwine us for history. It will seal our fates. But I'll take my place. What's waiting for me, and it's beautiful, so beautiful, and I can't stop these words, no, no, they all just rush to me, but I guess I've lost my senses. There's just so much to see. Many times in my life I doubted your words, but here I am, and everything I've heard is true, and it's you. I sat there while you pled your case for confidence and secrets to be erased. I was riddled by your words. I bet that you could hardly wait to send the cavalry for me. Your subtlety replaced with sport. My father told me, don't forget who you are. When you're one step from death, you'll still find your North Star. My strength deceived me. I thought that your efforts were in vain. You were promised so much more than I have gave. I'm not an honest man, I was born for the grave. And this city saw the pain you had in me. This mistress saw the life I had insane. Without space is the last thing to say. I wanna feel the sun and sky on my face as I die. The loneliness of loving someone can steal your eyes and spill the hope you had, and you're left to spin the wise by yourself and no one else, no one else. The trust you handed over, the people that you hurt, but you could never stop yourself fanatic for the worst. What you felt were lies they sell, nothing else. Wait, don't go. I've been walking through these woods and shivering in these new clothes, and I wanted to see the well through eyes, but they were never meant for me. It was placed just right to catch the eyes. We waited, completely naked. But never underestimate the lie, that kind that breaks it, the whole life that you tasted. I thought I heard her say, I don't want to go, but the words hurt more than I thought through, and nothing leaves you quite as cold as my father's back turned on me. When you take someone down the garden path, you take someone for all they have. And death was only a word, but to a jealous heart that has made its plans, it was the soil that gave it birth, and the sun, its light there on me, shone through the clouds and upon my feet, to the ground that we chose as a door to leave. It was placed just right to catch the eyes. We waited, completely naked. But never underestimate the lie, that kind that breaks it, the whole life that you tasted. I was so young, I was just so young and so young. How could I say no to the hand that was built for me? I saw it so clear, from the first day you laughed or said my name. I couldn't say no, but we both know, we both know we wouldn't change like these days of life. It's selfish places of hell with death and goodbyes, and you cast out yourself when you're dreaming of days. These pieces will fade until soul leaves this place. If I would have chosen another, it would have meant I loved him more than you. You ever catch yourself just thinking of a way to get out? It's like a reflex motion. The words slip in and leave a taste that you let linger for days inside your heart. We fell asleep just like before. They're on your tree. acceptance of subtle sequence. But you force this on us like we shouldn't care. The feels that they will find us in a mocked end now. The end is here. We fell asleep just like before. You said I can't do this anymore. You better run, you best not stay. They catch you here, this all goes away. This all goes away. You better run, you best not stay. They catch you here, this all goes away. This all goes away. Just give me a chance to change your mind. Speak with the others, you will see the place that you now hope to find. Your peace will cut pieces right out from me. You could make this all go away. Years swept by us like seas, and we slept by ourselves to see. We hid hope in our sleep, and all the world knew we believed. This life took me by the hand. God knows where you'll find yourself. You better run, you best not stay. They catch you here, this all goes away. This all goes away. You better run, you best not stay. They catch you here, this all goes away. This all goes away. Let's just say the more I can shake, the reason you would leave is the reason you could stay. Oh, but let's just say the more I can shake, the reason you would leave is the reason you could stay. Is the reason you could stay. And I know you've got your reason. But just listen to what I have to say. This town ain't big enough for both of us, so don't sleep on nothing's that my hands have done. The flora and the farm keep lighting up the distance. Careful with your mouth, don't let it run. Out of sight, out of mind. Dug my heels into the earth. It was safe, it was mine. But this is where the way turns. Take it while you get it, toss this and forget it. As you swallow your seed and sun. You beg with pride and fathers, lost is dead behind you. Careful with your feet, don't let them run. And you could camouflage and you could lock up and you could stow away. But it is to question oneself in a hideout to leave the cover. Still curse and stay away. And in my heart I tried to block out and to blot out and obstruct the clouds. The shroud, the bell, the blanket, and the envelope will eclipse them now. This part is never easy. Standing where the water meets the shore, you feel the sun touch your face and leave its mark with nowhere left to run. To hide your shaking hands and words, this was the day. You never feel as weak as when the answers go away. I was caught in the current, it's a lesson I was learning. The teacher left scars on our feet. On the wash, just please leave the pain. We never speak or second guess the ones that we love. And the last thing you want is for the last words. You sound so scared, you find yourself alone and scared. They leave you ill. You leave me ill. The best part of that is I want it back. The best things to say, I wanna say that all this time. From the hands of my mother to the hands of the world. And I'll take the waters deep as they find their sea. And I beg for less, but I second guess that you would. Could I part this I wanted to sit out of this one, but my God, you're so convincing. I said I would, I meant I'd try, but when the well broke down, came a mouthful of lies. I sank my teeth in the kingdom come and spit out my years. It was just the beginning. Make this your business, what I'm about to say. The last touch between us took this all away. I don't believe for once that I could let this go away. It's right behind these eyes of mine, even if I stay. Oh, and I wanted to fix this like you fixed my name to this. I said I would, and I meant I'd try, but with the wealth of doubts came a mouthful of lies. I sank my teeth in the kingdom come and spit out my years and pulled out my tongue. Forget the wasted time we made it. The stars are out just in time to see the dark retreating and shadows fleeting. We found the ground beneath our feet. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? What's stopping you? Don't let this in. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? What's stopping you? Can't stop all of this. All of this. These clumsy arms can't be the first. Distance to regress is what I've heard. You sit there with the body like a present. Oh, my soul. Those words, I guess I'm never gonna be alone, but I'm on my own. I don't believe for once that I would let this go away. Forget the wasted time we made it. The stars are out just in time to see the dark retreating, shadows fleeting. We found the ground beneath our feet. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? What's stopping you? Don't let this in. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? What's stopping you? Can't stop all of this. All of this. Always wanted to say that I would be the verse from the ground to the table. I planned and rehearsed to be here at the moment to capture my name, but it's yours and not mine, and it's yours and mine. Lift up your hands and show me your praise, so you burn all your blessed for the one you believe. The nails and lines it's got between the one and nothing make you see the simple man and simple me and all the habits and outpounds. Second place I find here. The uppercase is yours, not love to see. forget the crease in the curve of the skin. Forwards got me in again and again. But my friend, it was the light just behind us. I knew we never could keep up. The bets we make, the steps we take, our graves we fill every day. Rooftop views of city buildings gathered where the sun sets on them, stills the eye. Touch the streets with feet in hurried measure. Our discretion means we never lie. We never have to lie. We never have to lie. You saw my eyes, so you I will take. You are the test of our grace. Threats become lies. We cross till they break, and they break from the seams to the bodies of men. The illusion was ours. It was joy, it was rapture. I would have settled for capture, but a lost life found my bed. And all the wages of another, and the secret is no longer mine. Warn the body like so many others. Your discretion means we never lie. We never have to lie. We never have to lie. You saw my eyes, so you I will take. You are the test of our grace. Threats become lies. We cross till they break, and they break from the seams to the bodies of men. Touches me up and just off a drink back down the road. I never wanted them to wither or be crushed by the weight. The choice was on his own. The simple answers that hold people to the fire and the fade. Wait and see for yourself. It's in the blood. It's in the blood. The whole world is in the blood. I'd rather tell you how I ruled the world never stopped, but this heart of mine is shaking like a spinning top. And as it slows, all my sins have carved the last of me. That reflection in the water tells the story true, but it's the last thing you want staring back at you. And wrinkled hands we from fun who barely stir this sun away. There were years where our faces stayed in front of us. There were moments we forgot what this really was. But the death of a memory is the death we carry. We're desperate and dead set. We carry reasons in our chest. We reset and forget the songs we sing are for the blessed. Don't take this personally. Your quiet exit stole the show. The regrets are all said. The kings and kingdoms come and go. just waiting to go home. The earth is dark and cold, and I think I now know you give yourself away. This ends alone.